on today's episode of Fat and Jobless.
Hi, you remember me? No? Well, fair. I've been going long enough that YouTube now thinks I'm a brand new creator, which is actually quite fantastic. I get a second chance to disappoint the algorithm. It's also currently about 33 degrees in the Netherlands, which means the country has collectively decided it's impossible to function. It's understandable, we're built for the cold and the rain. Speaking of things that somehow survived, I'm generally surprised that this channel still has 47 subscribers. Apparently 47 of you thought I would eventually come back, or you forgot that the unsubscribe button exists. Either way, I'll take it. In other news, I recently completed a side quest in corporate Fantasyland. The rewards include anxiety, a newfound appreciation for daylight, and several new exciting trust issues. Overall, 2 out of 5 stars. I wouldn't recommend the expansion pack, and I mean, really, a lot happened. Not just the corporate Fantasyland adventure, there was a corrupted Linux install, a corrupted Windows install, multiple corrupted USB sticks, so I couldn't even get my computer to work, a phone that suddenly decided charging was optional, and I somehow spent up a surprising amount of time helping people close to me, navigating paperwork, documentation, administration, you name it, and a bunch of other real-world exciting side quests. I've decided to stop calling that administrative help. From now on, it's morally obligated, compensated consultancy. It just sounds much more professional, and significantly less that I became everyone's unpaid IT department. I even spoke to an actual consultant recently, not for any of my software, for me. The diagnosis was roughly, maybe stop trying to build 17 projects simultaneously. Honestly, fair enough. So we're gonna make that 18. I've still got a couple of videos I have to finish from what I was working on before everything happened, and a whole notebook full of ideas, which, as we all know, makes me an idea guy, and we all know the market value of idea guys. Fortunately, there's one thing I did finish, in the spirit of this channel. It's a transcription service I somehow built within just 1 week. Naturally, I finished it right before the corporate fiasco pulled the plug on me, and I briefly lost my will to live for at least an hour, maybe 2. Right up until the chronic optimism came back in. It's got front-end file conversion, back-end validation, background workers, the usual. And before someone comments, so this must be powered by Kubernetes, Kafka, Redis, RabbitMQ, Docker, Terraform, 14 microservices, and the hopes and dreams of a DevOps engineer. No. It's one Postgres SQL database. The database says, hey, there's work, and one of the workers picks up on his notification and then executes the work, and then marks it as finished. That's it. Turns out software can be surprisingly simple when you stop trying to win infrastructure bingo. Also, a lot of this was happening when I was actually trying to build my own AI assist, one I can actually talk to, since I have no friends. Will you be my friend?
I'm here to help, but I don't have personal relationships like humans do.
I finally got local models working in C# using ONNX. This allowed me to add live transcription, speaker recognition, voice activity detection, and recently I even started experimenting with voice cloning.
And I need you. And I miss you.
Which sounds significantly more evil than it actually is, because I'm a great guy, I would never do such a thing, probably. I also spent far too much time building servers, learning networking, setting up SSH tunnels, and generally pretending I know what I'm doing. Did you know, my dear ghost in the machine, that I now use a GitLab CI workflow? That's right, yours truly made the move to a Podman and GitLab CI setup. Impressive, I know, and I'm only 29. Imagine how far I will get in another 30 years. Somewhere along the way, I also accepted that I'm a programmer, not an artist, and that's okay. In fact, I'm now officially ready to pay somebody who actually knows what they're doing to make my projects look better. Because while I enjoy writing software, I spend enough hours nudging buttons around by 3 pixels to know that that's someone else's superpower. More importantly, it means I'm finally ready to build something I've been wanting to build for years. A game. I've been talking about making this game forever, and I even have a bunch of old prototypes that never really worked out, because I've always found an excuse to not do it. This time I'm actually gonna do it, and the working title Gem Clicker stays, because it's such a good title. Admittedly, it also sounds like something that Windows would flag as malware, which I guess is part of the marketing charm. The idea is simple. A cozy online fantasy game where you gather resources, you craft, and you trade with other people. I'm starting ridiculously small. 1 scene, 1 resource, 1 click. Because if I can't make that fun, no amount of ray tracing and cinematic lighting or individually simulated blades of grass is going to save. I'm going to call the series Let's Make Something. This is a series I've always wanted to start, but I've never really had the time to get going. And since I'm temporarily out of work, this is the perfect time. You'll get to watch me build things from scratch, in this case the game. The good ideas, the bad ideas, the terrible ideas, hopefully segments where I actually interview people on how to best do something, and also you will start seeing all of the bugs that confidently identify themselves as features instead. Worst case, we'll end up with an incredibly well-documented cautionary tale. And best case, one of these projects grows into something none of us would expect. Maybe even the best thing since Minecraft. And when that happens, you can proudly tell everyone you were one of the original 47 subscribers to this channel. That you always believed in me, that you always supported my completely reasonable delusion. And absolutely nobody needs to know that statistically speaking, at least a few of you probably forgot to unsubscribe.
We? Who's we?
Either way, it's generally good to be back. Oh, and I finally have a Patreon now. Mostly because I would like to continue eating food. The carton boxes aren't really tasting that nice. So if you enjoy watching me spend an ungodly amount of hours building overly ambitious projects, feel free to support me over there. I'll be genuinely grateful. Potentially forever, no pressure though. Anyway, let's make something.